Hey guys, Matt is here. So we're about to shoot this little creative project. It's basically about this little blue creature crawling in the wood. We're gonna be around this tree. This is like the main location, and I'm gonna take you guys around and take a look at all this setup.
Welcome to Morphilm Academy, behind the scenes series. Today, we show you how we made the Dryad Lifestyle Shoot, shot and directed by the very talented Matt Veillette. If you haven't seen it, go watch it on our other YouTube channel, Morphilm Productions. We are very proud of how it came out. Here's how we did it.
It's a jungle out there. Everybody got a wild side. Yeah, you probably about to see mine. Come on, don't you think it's about time to leave it up? Can't get it up your wild side. Everybody got a wild side. Yeah, you probably about to see mine. Come on, don't you think it's about time to leave it up? Can't get it up your wild side. Everybody got a wild side.
Alright, so the lighting setup was made of 4 lights, a key light, a backlight, and 2 effects lights.
So basically this is our key light. So that's like the main source. I put that gel on it because blue is like what people think a moonlight is. This is just giving us the good lighting that we need so we won't get any noise or, you know, grainy stuff. Here's the Godox SL-60W. So this is our main like backlight ish moon that we're using. So basically what we did is just put a blue gel, so 1 CTB, 1 full CTB in the light, and this is what's going to be giving like all the back feel of the scene. So it's lighting like all the little leaves and in the back of the tree and the back of the head of the actor. The purpose of this light is basically to rim light all of this tree here, so when you're filming from the other side you have like this nice hollow of orange light. So I'm putting that here, and with like this smoke machine right here, I'm gonna give like more like volume to the light, so you will see the fog around like the forest, and it's gonna be like super moody and super creepy.
The 4th light was this little Aputure RGB light set to orange. We used it to justify the light coming from the fireflies. It was also used to add color to the fog and to the model's face. This light was moved a lot during the shoot depending on where the model was and what we needed. Here, it actually became the key light for the model. To film this project, we used several tools for different situations. First up, the Steadycam. This allowed a lot of movement flexibility while having nice steady shots. However, it's not for every situation. At some point, Matt switched to the Easyrig. This gave him more flexibility, allowing him to move around a bit more, as well as quickly go up and down the model from high shots all the way to the ground. It's also great to give a more shaky handheld feel while still having some stability and also taking the weight off the arm of the camera operator. Also, Matt didn't have a camera assistant to pull focus on this shoot, so being on the Easyrig allowed him to do that himself more easily than on the Steadicam. Although the Easyrig is very versatile, it still restricts the cameraman for some movements. For that reason, Matt chose to go completely handheld for several shots. Doing so, he was able to completely go on the ground, have more flexibility for whip pans, and get closer to the model. Quick tip, on a one-man crew, doing both the directing and the camera can make it hard to concentrate on both. For example, while doing the whip pans, it was hard to concentrate on the framing, the focus, the camera movement, as well as the countdown and the action. So Matt told the model to do the countdown herself and go when she was ready. Also, the model was very new at this, so giving her more control could help her feel more comfortable.
This beautiful lady, so she's my girlfriend. She's actually the makeup artist, so she's the one who did all the blue stuff on her, all the makeup, the little gems on her face, and she did an amazing job, and I love her so much.
The makeup artist truly did an amazing job. We did, however, have some problems, especially with the ears. They just kept falling off, so we ended up using some medical tape to hold them in place. Always bring as many things as possible on a creative shoot like this. You never know what you might need. Overall, the shoot went pretty well, but we did run into a few problems and had a few obstacles to overcome. First up, this was more of a passion project with a budget of around $100, which all went into the costume and makeup, so we had to work with what we already have. This made the choice of lights limited. With more budget, we would have liked to use a 1.2K HMI as the backlight with an 8x8 diffusion flash, Dryad LED panels, and several Aputure RGB lights to put a bit everywhere because one was a bit limiting. Matt still managed to create this beautiful result even with those limited resources. It's all about being creative with what you have. Getting power to the lights was another challenge. We didn't have the budget for a generator for the shoots, which would have been ideal considering we're shooting in the woods. But thankfully, we brought just enough extension cables to bring power from the nearby house. The problem was that it was barely enough. Because of this, we were a bit limited to where exactly we could set up the lights and shoot. Another obstacle was actually being in the woods. It made it hard to walk around while filming and get steady shots, even with the Steadycam. Here are a few tips and tricks. For a night shoot, come to the set early to scout the area, but also to set up the gear while it's still bright outside. Trying to set up everything when it's dark would be very difficult. Also, setting up in daylight allowed us to notice the ground was not really safe considering the model would be barefoot, so we took the time to clean up and remove anything that could be dangerous. This is a very important step. Always make sure your actors and models are safe. It's also very important to make them comfortable. On this shoot, our model was almost naked, so in these situations, it's important to always respect her privacy and make sure she's comfortable. You should always bring covers to warm her up if it gets cold, and to give her some privacy when not shooting. Lastly, when filming in the woods at night, do not forget the bug spray. We did, and it was horrible. So that's it. Let us know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.